What's up, guys? ACCardShark back with another episode of Brick and Mortar Mondays. It's been a while since I've recorded one of these, just because same thing from the eBay unboxing. It's just you know, life has some cost and new baby and everything else. So obviously, you know, the game buying has cut down. But I went back up to Lucky Funtime Video Games in Pen Argyl today, and they had 2 games on hold for me. And I did pick up a couple, handful of other games on top of it. So I figured I would just share with you guys what I picked up over there. And, not a huge amount of games, but some pretty good ones. So I figured I would share with you guys. So I went up there and just, started looking through the Japanese stuff, because that's the only place I know of in the area to get Japanese games other than hitting eBay. And was able to find a pretty cool, at least it looks like a pretty cool game, in the dollar bin. They have a dollar bin of like common titles, mostly sports stuff. But I got a generic baseball game for the Super Famicom, and it's called Super Stadium. And I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. It was 99 cents, and it's just a generic baseball game. So I'm a fan of that. I like to switch things up every once in a while, and just once in a while I like a sports game to just sit back and you don't have to think about it. You just kind of play. So I found it to be kind of cool. It was still in this little baggie, and it actually had a Japanese sticker. So as you can see, it's I think it says 50 yen, which would be, I guess, about 50 cents, equivalent of 50 cents in America. I think I want to say the yen is about a penny, or a little bit more than a penny. So, but for 99 cents, I'll play anything for $1. So Super Stadium for the Super Famicom. And then I looked through the Famicom games. Unfortunately, I was rushed for time because I had to get to work today, and I obviously didn't have time to sit there and really look through. But I did find 2 Famicom games I picked up. One I know I like because I've played it before, and one just looked interesting, so I picked it up. The first one that I picked up just because it looked like fun is a game called Dynamite Bowl. Just from the artwork on there, with the monkey holding the bowling ball. Again, this goes along the lines of a baseball game, is that I just really enjoy just like a basic bowling game every so often, just as fun for me. So for Dynamite Bowl, I think it was like $3. Why not? I'll pick it up. It's something that you don't have to read the Japanese to understand how to play, which is a big plus. The other game I picked up for the Famicom is a game that everyone, I think, has played this game, and it's just a really good one, and that game is Galaxian. If you guys for some reason don't know, it's just a shooter, and along the lines of Galaga and all those kinds of games. So Galaxian for the Famicom, I figured that was just kind of fun to pick up. Picked up 2 games for the Sega CD, which I have a decent collection, but I don't really pay attention to that collection as much. But I was able to find 2 games that I didn't have, and I kind of wanted to add to the collection. The first one is Jurassic Park. I have no idea if this is any good. It probably is terrible, I'm sure. I came across this game, I'd say about a year ago, at Merchant Square Mall in Allentown. If you guys are local in Pennsylvania and know where that is. And this guy had this game, and I was like, oh, let me pick up Jurassic Park. But he wanted $10 for it. And I was like, I didn't want to really pay $10 for it. I was able to pick it up today from Lucky Funtime for $3.99. So that's more along the lines of what I feel this game probably is worth, and I'm more than happy to support them. I think even if they were charging $10, I may have actually picked it up from them just because it's supporting them in their store, because I do really love that store. So, but for $3.99, you can't go wrong. I'm sure it's probably worth, as far as playing wise, it's probably not that great of a game. It's probably only worth a couple bucks. So. But I did pick that up to add to my Sega CD collection. And then the other game I picked up, it was just kind of sitting, just chilling on a table, and I asked Adam was there today, and I asked him about it, and he said it was a pretty decent game, and not really rare, but a little harder to find than most titles for the Sega CD. But that game is called Flashback, and that's the quest for identity. And it just looked awesome. I mean, just the artwork and just everything else looked awesome. It looks like a really cool platformer. If you look at the back here, it just kind of looks like fun. It just looks like an awesome platformer, and I'm a big fan of those types of games. So I don't mind picking games like that up, because I know I'll actually get some playtime out of that. So, but Flashback for the Sega CD, and then the last 2 are the ones that he hung on to for me. I had noticed them post pictures up on Facebook, on their Facebook page, that these games had come in, and you know, I obviously wanted to hightail it up there to make sure I grabbed them because I wanted them. The first one is a game because I want to play it. The other one's just for the collection because I already have the game itself. The game that I actually wanted to get to actually play, you guys know I'm a huge fan of the Harvest Moon series. I have a bunch of the Harvest Moons. I have the Japanese Harvest Moons. I'm just a big fan. This is a version I didn't have, and I'm looking forward to actually playing. But it is Harvest Moon for the Game Boy Color. So as you can see, it says Harvest Moon GBC on it. Which, as you guys know, for my collection, I'm not going to sit with a handheld and play it, but I will pop this into my Super Game Boy and pop it into my Super Nintendo and play it on the screen. So I'm really stoked about having this game in my collection. I absolutely love the Harvest Moon games. I should say the old school Harvest Moon games. The newer ones are good, but they're just coming out too fast and there's too many of them, and it's just overdone at this point. I like the old school ones. So you talking about probably the 64 and prior, and you know, obviously the Game Boy copies as well. So Harvest Moon GBC. So he had that put aside for me, and I went up and picked that one up. And the one that I'm really stoked about this. I'm trying to get this entire series complete in box for the NES, and this gives me now 2 of the 3 of them. There's 3 games in the series. That game is Super Mario Bros. 3. So Super Mario Bros. 3 complete in its original box, as you can see, in really good condition. If you look at the sides, there's a couple of creases, but you know, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for decent shape, and this one is definitely in decent shape. As you can see, the back there, you know, all the original artwork and everything else. And then when you open it up and take everything else out, it still has, if you look on the inside here, it still has the original styrofoam insert inside the box. Obviously, you're going to have the game, which I think I've got like 4 copies of this game just because you know, they always come in bundles on eBay or something. But the game is there with a black sleeve. You've got your original, which I may even put this up on the wall. I'm not even sure, but probably not. I'll probably just keep it with the game. But your original Nintendo poster that came with it, in really good shape. No pinholes. No, you can tell no one ever hung it up. And the most important part, in pristine condition, the instruction booklet for Super Mario Bros. 3. Front and back cover. I mean, it looks like it was never even read before. I mean, as you can see, it's just in absolutely just beautiful shape. So that gives me the original Super Mario Brothers and now Super Mario Bros. 3 both complete in box for my collection. Just need to land Super Mario Bros. 2, and I can have them now across the shelf, all 3 Mario Brothers games. So that's actually a really nice pickup to add to my collection there. So overall, just an awesome day at Lucky Funtime, guys. Again, if you've never been there, I just happen to have their card actually sitting right here. So there you go, guys. Lucky Funtime. There's your address up there in Pen Argyl. If you want to pause the video and write that down, their phone number, their website. They have, as it says right there, classic and modern video games. They do have everything from back in the day up through. They have Wii games and 360 games and everything else. So definitely worth the time to go. I mean, they are really nice people. Have an awesome business up there in Pen Argyl, and I'm just really stoked to have been there from somewhat the start of their store, and just the fact that I'm associated with them and can go in and buy games from them, and they know what I look for, and that's awesome to me. I think it's just so cool that that Adam, you know, contacts me directly and just lets me know, like, when stuff comes in, like, hey, you know, this came in, and, you know, I went in there today and just said, you know, hey, did anything interesting come in? And he showed me a couple things. So I was like, all right, cool, you know, and, you know, some of them I picked up, some of them I didn't, but, you know, he knows what I'm looking for, and that's just, that person-to-person contact is just awesome. So I can't say enough good things about this store, guys. If you have a chance to get there, please do, and you know, tell them I sent you, and, you know, hopefully they'll you know, treat you as well as they do me. So that's going to wrap it up, guys, for this episode of Brick and Mortar Mondays. Till next time, guys, ACCardShark. Take care.